Do you consider yourself like a long distance motorcycle rider? I mean, have you done that? Have you taken your trip across country and done that thing? So for those of us that have done it many times, I mean, a whole lot of times, there's some stuff that we do to our motorcycles. And I found this interesting article that talked about the 15 things you should do, the 15 upgrades you should make for successful long distance motorcycle trips. So that's what we're going to talk about this morning. 15 upgrades for successful long distance motorcycle trips you should have or you should do to your motorcycle. It might be interesting. Be back in a minute and 7 seconds.
Black Dragon Biker News. He's on YouTube. Black Dragon Biker News. Get yourself educated by his books and you'll learn how to move. Black Dragon Biker News. He covers it all. So click on the screen, hit subscribe and get updated Biker News with MC Protocol. A lot of things popped up on this YouTube. Biker News craze came about, but the man on this channel is the first to do it and the only one that never sold out. His name's Black Dragon. Started in the Navy and hit the sea, revving Uncle Sam. They traded that uniform for leather vest from the Mighty Black Sabbath. Not the band, I'm talking about the Mighty Black Sabbath. MC, we're paying the stripes from prospect all the way up to national P. All the copycat creators and the content stealers and haters. There have been many, but there's only one love to them. Like Michael with the cowboy hat that knows kung fu says Black Dragon Biker News. He's on YouTube. Black Dragon Biker News. Just self-educated by his books. Black Dragon Biker News. He covers it all. So click on the screen, hit subscribe and get updated Biker News with MC Protocol.
Howdy, folks. Howdy. I'm Black Dragon, and welcome to Black Dragon Biker News Network. Biker News you can trust on the Black Dragon Out Bad Biker channel. Man, oh man, we're doing our thing here. Increasing our stretch across the land. Got myself and Lavish T. Williams here hanging out with us. We're increasing our reach across the land. I mean increasing. Up to 500 new subscribers a day. I don't know what it is, man, but I am so thankful for all you new folks here. We are approaching 220,000 subscribers. 220,000 subscribers. We'll be at 217,000 subscribers sometime tomorrow. It says sometime tomorrow. And I just want to say thank you, man. Thank you to everybody. Thank you to my new subscribers. I don't know, what do we call them? Subscriberettes, the Black Dragon Nation or something. Look at this. 217,000 subs around tomorrow somewhere, it says. Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. What's up, Lavish T?
Oh, man, nothing much, man. Just chilling, relaxing over here, man. Waiting to have a great show today, man.
Listen, my new t-shirts, make sure to get over and get one. This is my new Black Dragon Biker TV Ride, Sleep, Repeat t-shirt. Yeah, and it's, front and back. Yeah, you guys got to get one. Over at blackdragonsgear.com. My new t-shirt line, of course, to raise the money to go after the infidels who have been attacking me. This is really cool. Hey, do you ride cross country?
I won't say cross country. I ride from the north to the south.
Have you ever, is that something you're going to do? Are you a ground pounder?
I like to say that I am. I haven't been west. I have not. The furthest west I've been was Texas.
Texas. Okay. And you're up there in Detroit. So what is that? 20 hours maybe?
Don't give me the line, man.
Well, I I am a ground pounder. My name is synonymous with the greatest saddle tramps that have ever been. I am known throughout the world. I used to be known throughout the world.
I never heard of you.
That's because you're young and you're just now.
I never heard of you, man. I'm around. I never heard of you.
Yeah, you're just now coming into, you just got on a motorcycle you still got breast milk on your motorcycle ride days. I got more time backing up to the curve than you got going forward. Don't play with me, man. Do not play with me.
I'm just saying, man. I haven't heard of you, man. But carry on.
No, I'm hurt right now. I just you haven't heard my name mentioned among the great riders.
I've been in the room where my name has been mentioned, and they haven't mentioned you. I mean, but I don't know if we might have been in different rooms. I might have been in room 112 and you've been in room 107.
Wow. Okay. Well, let's just suffice it to say that I have ridden across country several times. Okay. Since obviously I can't get the love.
Oh man.
My goodness.
What is Bolo asked the question, man? He said, so what is the distance to be considered a ground pounder? Is there a distance to be considered a ground pounder? Good question.
So there was a guy in my club named Vader. And so Vader was not a guy who really particularly rode cross country. And when I came up with several riding patches in the club to mimic the iron butt patches and stuff like that. I never thought that my club should go to an outside agency to get an iron butt patch. We just created our own, and you had to be certified by the road captain. So when I came up with the Snow Bear Disciples patch for the cold ash run to the mother chapter, that would always happen in this February of every year. During the coldest part of the year, we'd ride to the mother chapter. And so Vader never went on that ride. But Vader would say, I will eat your snow bears for breakfast. And the reason why is because he rode every day, 7 days a week. He never rode anything but a motorcycle. And through any time of the year, especially through the winter, he would ride to work every day. So in his right, he felt he was a ground pounder because he's putting like 25, 30,000 miles a year on a motorcycle, all in the same city, going back and forth to work in Atlanta traffic in the middle of the winter, snow, rain, whatever. So does that make him a ground pounder? Or must one venture out into the great beyond? Is it the number of miles you put on your bike or the number of states you cover? What do you young people say?
I don't know, because that is a very good question. What defines a ground pounder?
Yeah.
And that's something probably that I'm going to have to go out into the bike community and I'm going to get opinions on. Next time I'm at an event, I'm going to ask, what is a ground pounder? What's considered a ground pounder?
Yeah.
Because you have people that ride year round and that's their only means of transportation. Then you have people that ride cross country. You have people that ride for various different reasons. So that is a very good question. What defines a ground pounder?
What defines a ground pounder? And maybe, so for me, it's been, so when I was 17, my freeze plugs, blew out or whatever. And so for it took me a long time to be able to afford to make that happen. So I was on my motorcycle for a year, a long time, for the whole winter anyway. And I rode every single solitary day in the rain, sleet, snow in Oklahoma City, which gets cold as hell. So I was a ground pounder by virtue of the fact that my motorcycle is my only means of transportation. It's been a long time since I've been there, but I have ridden the great beyond. I have ridden across America more than 20 times, and so I. Well, I'm someone you should just like bow to and kiss the dragon ring. Whenever I walk in the door, young men such as yourself, y'all should just create a path for me, throw a red carpet down and roses on the ground as I walk past. With just the great utmost respect, you should be trembling when I walk past, just trembling, afraid to even ask me my name.
I'm probably gonna laugh. So who's this guy, man? Get this guy out of here. This guy out of here, man.
Oh my goodness. You have to fight so hard. Rodney Dangerfield couldn't get any respect. Here we go. 15 upgrades for successful long distance. The reason I asked you if you were a ground pounder is, do you have any of this stuff on your motorcycle? We'll see as we go. I mean, is your motorcycle set up to get it across country, or you ride up and down from the South? You got to be on your motorcycle at least 2 days for this stuff to really matter.
I haven't done that. Me myself, 12, 14 hours on a motorcycle. That's my day. And where I travel, that's pretty much where I'm getting to.
So if you're doing 12, 14 hours, you're getting pretty close to 1,000 miles in a day.
Yeah. And I mean, now I see that 1,000 miles a day is the new brag. And I don't know if it's new or not, but I don't ride to keep up with what the fuck everybody else doing. Oh, I've got to get 1,000 miles in a day because my riding, when I do ride from place to place, I'm riding on my own leisure, for my leisure. So if I choose to stop and spectate, I'm going to do that. I take my time riding. Now that's me if I'm riding by myself. When I'm with my club, then it's, come on, man, we got to get where we going. So,
right. That's the difference between club riding and leisure riding.
Yeah.
And Hardwire makes an important point. Hardwire 1%er says most people that I know that ride all over don't have regular jobs and their income is Social Security or internet or something like that. Most people I know can't afford to ride long distances or be off work that long. And that is absolutely correct, because most of the time I'm out, when I'm out rolling like that, I'm out for 10 days. And a lot of people can't take that kind of time off. Sven said, we don't have the term ground pounder here in Germany, but in my humble opinion, it's the person who rides lots and lots of miles, not depending purely on the distance. So I want to look at this real quick. 15 successful long distance motorcycle, successful upgrades for 15 upgrades for successful long distance motorcycle trips. So embarking on a long distance motorcycle journey can be an exhilarating adventure, but the right preparations are crucial to ensure it's both enjoyable and safe. Equipping your bike with specific upgrades can dramatically improve your riding experience. This article outlines essential enhancements that cater to increased comfort, safety, and functionality, helping you to make the most of your travels. So this is slide 1. And I see here a motorcycle with speakers. And if they don't talk about this, I will talk about the sound system. But let's see. Let's get to slide 2. Okay, so they say enjoying your motorcycle, upgraded suspension components, and enhancing your motorcycle with upgraded suspension components like higher quality shocks and springs is vital for long distance rides. These components help in better shock absorption and improving handling on uneven roads and surfaces. What do you think about this? Have you done this? Improved or upgraded your suspension?
Yeah, I've upgraded my suspension.
To me, this is crucial. This is absolutely crucial, especially if you're one of those guys that is carrying a lot of weight and a big bike. You got a 1,000-pound bike, and you weigh 310, 315, and the wife weighs 255. You got a lot of weight on that motorcycle. A lot of folks have overly loaded their motorcycles. A lot of folks don't have any idea how much weight your motorcycle is rated to take. Some folks think, okay, I got a 1,000-pound motorcycle. I can get on it and put 1,000 pounds worth of shit on it and roll down the road. And that's absolutely not the case. You know, my Goldwing 1500 weighed 1,000 pounds, and it only had a 400-pound load limit on it. So if you and your wife together weigh 400 pounds, and then you go and you throw another 200 pounds of stuff in the saddlebags, the bike is completely overloaded and ready to be a danger on the road. And we see this a lot of times in the summer. And I'll tell you another thing that happens. I'm sure that's going to come up on here. But we see folks overweight these motorcycles down. So upgrading your suspension can really be especially helpful if you're fat, or if you're carrying a whole lot of weight and stuff, or your wife. Like, it's kind of funny. You got on a Goldwing, you got 3 bags, and so you tell your wife, you get the left bag and half of the top. I get the right bag and half of the top. And what winds up happening is she gets the left and the right bag and half of the top, and you just get half of the top. But these bikes can be overweighted, and you're rolling through the mountains and you're going through these S curves and stuff like that, and you're on a bike that is top heavy or whatever the case may be, and you go tumbling off the side of the mountain. So suspensions are very important. I think they did a good job on that one. About the suspension. Good on them. Good on them. And you, what kind of suspension you got now? You got some sort of?
No, I don't. I upgraded from the air suspension to the coil over suspension, which now I want to upgrade over to some more expensive suspension. But it's only for the ride, the comfort of the ride. But the price of the shocks, man, is through the roof, man.
Yeah.
They want like $1,400, man. I forgot the name of the brand, Owens, some crap like that. Progressive. I forgot the name. Don't quote me, man. But and they got like these gas chamber things on there. I hear some people that say they like to ride of them. I'm not really, my suspension wasn't based on luggage and how much weight I was carrying. It was just for me, as I hit different bumps and potholes on the road, to have a smoother ride. That was my attention on there. Or yeah. What Vin said.
Olins,
yeah. They want a lot of money for those, man. But that's what I'm looking to eventually one day put on my bike.
Olin suspensions, how much do they cost? Oh my God!
Yeah. You see the price?
Holy moly! They said $1,549.
Oh, a few dollars more than what I was under the price, man. But yeah, I hear, I see people putting those on their bike. I hear that they're supposed to ride, pretty decent as far as comfort, because that's really what I'm more, so worried about. I don't often have people on the back of my bike.
Hardwire, we're getting ready. We're going there. That hardwire, that's exactly where we're going. So I'm sure they're going to get to it here. If they don't, we're going to cover it. Auxiliary lighting. Auxiliary lights are a critical addition for anyone planning to ride during low light conditions. These lights provide a broader and more intense beam than standard motorcycle headlights, significantly improving visibility at night or in foggy and rainy conditions. By illuminating the road more effectively, auxiliary lights help in spotting potential hazards earlier, giving you more time to react. I cannot tell you how important this one is. Auxiliary lighting. Do you have auxiliary lighting on your bike?
I have the standard lighting on my bike. I didn't add any more. I mean, what came on my bike, what came on my tour pack, the lights on the back, the tail lights, that's it.
Man, auxiliary lighting is the difference, especially if you like to get down in the summer and for me, I like to roll from about 10 o'clock at night till 6 in the morning. That's my peak time, and between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. is the best riding out there. In the summer, it's 80 to 100 degrees at night. You're rolling. There's especially across 40. There's not all these damn trucks side by side. You can't get past them, and you can roll. You're rolling a good man 95, 110, and what you can do is you can outride your lights. And if you're riding so fast that you're outriding your lights, then you're riding blind. So I like to have
Now
the
pause just for knowledge. When you say outriding your lights,
yeah.
elaborate on outriding your lights.
So you're moving faster than your lights can illuminate the ground ahead of you. So let's just say your lights can put, maybe at, let's say 70 miles an hour, you need 20 feet of lighting. But at 90 miles an hour, you're moving so fast that maybe you need 30 feet of lighting, let us say. So you can be riding faster than your lights can see ahead of you, and you're just riding kind of blind. So I like to flip on those lights and just
Have you seen those? And I know that you're not a Harley person, man, but have you seen those new lights that's on these new Harleys, these 24s, especially the Road Glide lights? How bright those lights are?
I've always been a fan of Harley lights, even though I haven't really necessarily been a Harley rider. I've always been a fan of Harley lights. They got these day glow things, they call them, and the guys that put all those lights on. But Victory has some pretty cool light setups too. I don't care whose lights they are. The more, the better, in my opinion. Now you have to be careful not to blind folks if you can.
Well, that's what happens with those new Harleys, man. Those new, and I'm speaking on the Road Glide. Those lights are so bright. They're bright in the daytime. At night, they're super bright. Listen, me, y'all go ahead and get in front of me.
You don't even want to.
Because the lights, and I get it on a safety feature, and especially if you're on that motorcycle, but those lights are so bright that if they're behind you, you just see their lights in the mirror, and they look sweet, they look dope, man. But now those are some very, very bright lights on those Harley Road Glides, those new ones.
Well, I'm all for it. I always like Harley. I've always liked Harley lights. They'll have like the double setups over and under and all that. I also have lights that are down on my foot pegs, down pointing towards the ground. I have some that point out, so I can see the side road. I mean, the what do you call it? The shoulders. I want to light all that up underneath me, especially when you're running late at night, because animals will get out on the road.
Yeah, those deer are no fun.
Yeah, no fun. So, lighting. Crash protection bars or sliders. Installing crash protection like slide bars or sliders is essential precaution for safeguarding your investment in the motorcycle. I really haven't installed anything extra when it comes to these things, but I can see them on touring, on the sport touring kind of bikes, like those BMWs and KLM things, where people are going off road with those things and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I haven't really installed any extra crash bars other than that came with the bike.
I got them on my bike.
Okay,
I put them on my bike, and here's the reason why. I'm glad I did. I didn't, at the time I put them on my bike, I didn't put them on my bike for the safety feature. I put them on my bike so that it can act as a tripod holder for my camera.
I like that.
Yeah, so when I'm by myself, I have a clamp that I clamp onto the highway bar, and I have my tripod, my monopod, and it holds my camera. So now I'm hands-free. I can talk with the microphone and have people in front of the camera. That was the the purpose and the reason for me putting those things on there. I never thought they looked cool. I thought they were always ugly as hell. But when Harley started doing more of the blacked out bikes and they had the blacked out bars, it kind of flows into the black bike where it's not as noticeable as it once was when everything was chrome. And I haven't dropped my bike, but I've seen people who drop their bikes and those things get scratched up, but it saved their bags. And then on the front where you have the highway bar, crash bar, however you want to call it, when people drop it on the side, it still protects their lower fairings on there. So I like them on my bike because my bike is black and the bars are black. But then I see that they're also coming out with like more of a designer type of bar too that kind of gives you like this stunt race type of atmosphere feel. So they're making it look a little better, a little cooler. But overall, yeah, they do their job.
Chase Hardwire says cars are constantly flashing brights at me because they think my lights are on bright. In the pack, people are always bitching, but I light up the road for the people in front of me too. Hey, listen, man. When I'm in the pack, typically I was always in the front, but somebody said finally made the plunge, got a HD Road Glide. This is a good topic for me and came at the right time. The difference between the BMW is night and day. When you're riding a BMW and all that kind of stuff, you really get a lot of performance out of those bikes. When you go to a Harley, you've got to kind of put that stuff on there.
And you also, you paying for the two different names for two different things. BMW got a performance all-terrain type of bike. Harley, you paying for just the name Harley Davidson, which in some people's cases they look at it as this prestige because it's Harley Davidson,
but not performance, which is
not performance.
Yeah. GPS system. A GPS or advanced navigation system is indispensable for mapping long routes with multiple stops and exploring remote areas. Modern systems offer features like real-time traffic updates, weather conditions, and alternative routes. I got off of this after I went to Verizon. When you were on Sprint, you really needed to have a real dedicated navigation system that had good satellite. But when I went to Verizon, my phone is now my navigation system. I wouldn't buy one now. Because these things were $400 or $500 damn dollars.
But you got to think about it too, man. And I know that with these navigation systems, a lot of these new bikes come with them.
Yeah.
Depending on the bike and the model, they come with them. When I was riding, we didn't have those navigation systems. Listen, let me tell you, when I first started riding, before the smartphones and all that, we had the printout from the internet where we had to take the paper and be like, okay, yeah. Hey, so we get on 75, and when we get to 71, that's when we cross over. So follow that.
Have we made 71 yet? Did we pass 71?
Then we get there, then we stop again to pull the paper back out and hope that no one loses the paper. Because then you got to go into a store or a truck stop to go get one of those Rand McNally maps and try. And this is what we used to do. Hope no one see us, rip the page out because we wasn't buying the map. We ripped the page out and put it in our pocket. It didn't go, well, I got the map and it says go here. That was before the GPSs came out. Then you had the GPSs, those big ones. But we were on rockets at the time. Never put that stuff on there. Even in 2010, the GPSs were not the GPSs that we have now. So if you got an older bike, yeah, I know it's probably going to be a little different. Hooking up a GPS unit. So you do have to mount you a unit on there, if not using your phone. But your phone is completely capable of doing the same thing, taking up less space.
Well, I have an older bike, so I have a
dinosaur.
Yeah, but you don't want to play with my bike and your feelings hurt out there. I'm just trying to say. So I have the little X mount thing that you stick your phone on, and my phone is my GPS system. And you know, a while ago they went to where you don't have to be online, and it'll still track where you are. So it has everything that this thing could possibly have. I think I haven't used one of these in years, but I did have one when they first came out. It was like $400 damn dollars. It was expensive, but I don't know. You're right. The bikes do come with the GPS system, so you got to have some kind of GPS. If it's your phone or if it's the bike, you got to have some kind of GPS. So
Yeah.
I agree with you on that. All right. The next thing here is comfortable seating and ergonomic accessories. Yeah, long hours on a stock seat can lead to discomfort and fatigue, which are the enemies of long distance riding. Yeah, that booty's got to be right, man. Upgrading to a seat designed for long distance travels can provide support and comfort. Ergonomic accessories like custom handlebars, adjustable foot pads, backrests can be tailored to fit your body type and riding style, significantly enhanced. The one thing I don't use a backrest. This seat right here is the most backrest I have. Like I don't have the dedicated backrest.
I got a backrest on my bike, man. I got a backrest. I used to think that was the ugliest thing ever because keep in mind, I take nothing away from nobody. When I started riding and doing all this extra stuff, it was all about looking cool. The backrest didn't look cool. So everything that I was doing was based off of coolness before comfort. Once I got a backrest and I rode, I said, God dog it, man, why didn't I think about this before? I should have been had one of these. And I don't use it all the time because I try not to get too used to it. I don't ride with my backrest on when I'm in the city because I don't want to constantly get used to the backrest. I only ride with it when I'm on the highway. In the way that I have it positioned, I have to really lean back on it because the wrong backrest does tend to hurt your back a little more than not having a backrest. So
that's why I never went to one because I didn't want to slouch and I didn't want to have to depend on it. I knew I was getting older and I wanted to make myself ride sitting up and not having to depend on a backrest. So that's why I never have gone to one. But okay, look at this upgraded electrical system. This is so important, especially if you've added stuff to your bike, like GPSs, heated seats, heated clothing, additional lights. Once you start adding stuff to your motorcycle, you want to think about an upgraded electrical system, and that's really going to be your alternator and other things that might be associated with that. Because most motorcycles are not designed. If they don't come with all that stuff on them, they're not designed to have all that stuff. So I have the best. I've upgraded everything in my electric system on my bike. Everything.
Yeah, I updated mine as well.
Okay, so they're pretty spot on with that one. Let's see what's next. Oh my goodness, and I'll never forget the time I was rolling across country and I had overloaded my electrical system on the Goldwing I had at the time, and man, that was tough.
But not taking away from Gold Wings, but I thought Gold Wings were like really, and I don't know, once you add stuff, you're using more stuff, but I thought Gold Wings was pretty much equipped for a lot of the extra stuff.
So yeah, but when they started coming up with new stuff, and you hadn't upgraded your Goldwing, then you were adding stuff to the Goldwings are always pretty elite. They always had the most stuff, but they didn't have everything.
Okay.
And I added music, upgraded my music system, upgraded my lights, added more. The Goldwing was the motorcycle where, I don't know if you remember the OGs from the old days, and things were lit up like Christmas trees.
Right. Yeah. It was a lot of those lights back then, man.
So I had all them damn lights and stuff, and so yeah, I had to upgrade my my system. Joe says, remember the part of the reason Germany lost the war, most of their stuff was over-engineered. Yeah, you can have that. On my 2020 Gold Wing 1800 ECT Touring, I have for the lights from the front to the back, I have 12 red lights in the back. Something, while lights in the front are green, red, and blue. Lights on all the sides. So Ronald Bills, he's lit up, bro, like we used to be lit up in the old days. And you have to upgrade your electric system on that. All right. Here's the one: reflective gear. Visibility can be a major concern, especially during dawn, dusk, or nighttime, when motorcycle riders are most vulnerable to being overlooked by other motorists. Reflective gear, such as vests. Now, this is hard for bikers and motorcycle clubs because we like to ride with our vest out. The outer layer, no matter how many layers. You don't cover up your colors, do you?
No, not at all.
Yeah. So the only place that we can really have reflection is on our sleeves and our pants.
Well, I just recently, well, let me say this. I wear my reflective is my rain suit. It's the rain suit. Outside of that, I don't wear reflective stuff. If it's not the rain suit, I don't put reflective stuff on. I get other people and they do it, and that's cool. Whatever makes them feel comfortable. I just don't put reflective stuff on. Actually, when I'm on my bike, I'm blacked out mostly all the time. I'm always I'm blacked out. And the only thing that's not blacked out is the back of my rags. Other than that, I'm blacked out on the freeway, man. And it just comes from me. Because I just don't want to be identified. But reflective gear is cool. If I'm riding, doing some personal, riding, I might no, I'm not gonna lie. I don't put no reflective shit on, man.
The Outlaw Preacher says reflective sleeves are a lifesaver in the fog.
I agree. I do not take away from it. It does help. The most reflective stuff that I have is the reflective accent pieces that's like on my Harley gear. But I just don't.
Black says Lavish gets it. The only way to ride is all blacked out. I know where y'all going with that.
I'm just saying. But that's just me. I'm all blacked out, but it comes from the different backgrounds of different bikers, man. So that's something that just to put into perspective as well. Each and every one of us that's out here on the bike set, we come from a different type of a biker background, which kind of molds us to be the biker that we are today. And it's all black for me. At any given time, I might have to, take my colors off. And when I take my colors off, I need to blend right in and leave. And I just think like that. I just think like that. So
you're an entrepreneur now. You're an entrepreneur now.
But it's still in you. It's still in you at times. But the reflective gear, and I don't want what I'm saying to take away from the safety of anybody else that's out there. Reflective gear is something that people can consider to be seen, especially if you're on a highway and you go into a ditch. I've seen people and heard stories of people who through the midnight hours went into a ditch and no one seen them until the next morning. So being on a reflective, having reflective gear on might help someone that's riding see somebody that's down there in that ditch. I know, and I'm not going outside of the reflective gear, but when I ride my bike, outside of having a phone on my bike, I keep a phone on my body just because of things that I've seen, witnessed as a tow truck driver, or heard stories of. So if anything was to ever happen and I was separated from my bike, if I'm able to, I should be able to go into my pocket to call for assistance. So I keep
Mhm.
I keep a bike. I mean, I keep a phone on my person at all time.
I like that idea, and I'm glad you brought that. I have two phones, and typically my second phone is in my saddlebag. But from now on, I'm gonna, because one, like I say, is up on the bike, and it's, and you're right. If you ever got separated from that bike and you're laying in a ditch or something, and then you can only roll over and dial on your phone. So from now on, I appreciate that, man. I'm gonna have a second phone in my pocket. My second phone will be on my pocket because my other phone's on the bike, and you can get separated
Right.
from your bike very easily.
And every minute counts at that particular time, man. You have some internal bleeding. I watched the guy, die. So that's just a safety thing, and it might be beneficial to somebody that's out there listening. Somebody may have never thought about it, and some other people, that's something that they constantly do anyway. So that's a good reason why we're on here chatting about different things.
Carter asked me, Dragon, are you still doing consultations? I am. Clarity.fm/black-dragon. Clarity.fm/black-dragon. I'll play that commercial for you in a little bit so you can set up a consultation if you need one. Windshield installation. A proper windshield does more than just block the wind. It also reduces the aerodynamic drag and protects against road debris, insects, and weather and elements. Listen, I haven't ridden without a windshield in many, many, many years. So I don't even know what that's like. I don't even know what it's like not to have a windshield.
This an uncomfortable ride. I rode a Softail 3 hours away, man. And that was one, the Softail was not a comfortable bike. Two, it didn't have a windshield on there. No different than a Road King, man. I rode a Road King. I have to have a windshield. That wind was just beating up my chest. And it does not feel great, man. Salute to all the people out there that ride without a windshield, windscreen, man. You are built a lot different than I am.
Yeah. No. Nope. Heated grips and seats. I have heated hand grips and heated seats, and that's the difference. That's why I can ride all day. A warm butt is it sends the warmth throughout the rest of your body. If you can warm up your gluteus maximus while you're rolling down the road, and if your hands can be warm. Heated grips, hand grips, and heated seats, the young G's would be like, man, how can you ride like that? And it's so cold. And I wouldn't even tell them my seats were heated. I'd just be like, yeah, man, I'm in this. I'm a rider. This is what I do.
I don't have any heated seat or heated grips. I chose to keep my grips the way they are. I want them. Let me say that. But the grips that I get, and here it goes about coolness. The grips that I have match my floorboards, my highway pegs, and they all flow with the Harley accessories that I got.
You got the metal grips?
No, I got rubber grips, but the
metal suckers get cold in the winter. I can't do it.
Yeah, no, I don't like the metal because it's slippery when it's wet. So I don't like that. But I have my everything is matching on the bike, and Harley didn't make the heated grips in that grip. And I didn't want to get the aftermarket stuff because a lot of people that did the aftermarket grips said it didn't last long. So if I was going to do something, it would be Harley. And until I just change up everything I want. Now I am going to get a heated outfit because a lot of times that I'm riding, man, that temperature does drop and you do feel that chill. And it's not a great ride, man. When you're sitting here riding, if you're riding in the cold, you know what I mean. When I say it's cold and you're riding, taking your hand and you're holding your hand between your leg under us on side of the motor.
You put it down there you put it down on the head down there, and like in the summer, it would burn your hand off. In the winter, it's nothing.
It's nothing, man. You want that there, and
Where did the
you're
heat go?
switching. You're going back to that. You got one hand sitting under your leg. Come on.
Yeah, well, I wear heated gloves. I have heated gloves, heated hand grips. I got the heated suit. I've got it all, and you just turn it on, and that's another reason that you need that upgraded electrical system to carry all that stuff. So,
yeah, I can definitely agree.
long range fuel tank, man. I can't stand riding with those little fuel tank cats, man. I won't ride with you if if you can't get 200 miles to a tank. I can't roll with you. I'm done. I can't do it no more.
Yeah, that makes so. When we talk about fuel. When you got like these smaller bikes, these 883s, these 1200s, and I'm speaking Harley terms, but when you had just any bike with a smaller fuel tank, that does hinder the ride. Because a lot of people they don't want to keep constantly stopping for fuel every 100 miles. Now I'm going to say that with my bike, I was getting 200 and something miles. Now I'm a little up under 200 miles just because of my bike. But I'm still stopping a little more than some of the other guys, and
You
that's
got that,
annoying.
that power commander, don't you?
I don't. I just ride a motorcycle, man.
You don't. I'm just wondering what would take that your fuel economy down. Most guys put that power commander on. And that's it.
I don't know.
Next thing on here, they talk about is a toolkit for road repairs. Man, if you're not handy out there, if you're not handy, don't even get out there.
Yeah, no, listen, definitely you gotta have some zip ties.
Yeah, yeah, you need
that's something. You gotta have some zip ties, man. They come in handy. Hey, Bolo, listen, man. As I told Dragon, I just ride. I don't know what's going on with the bike. That's my story.
Hey, as long as you got a good mechanic, you don't have to know. Just call him.
Yeah, I'm just laughing at his comment. I just get on the bike and I just ride it. I don't know anything else about it.
High performance tires. I try to run the best tires possible. Something that hard that how do I draw a blank on somebody's name? I've been calling it for the past hour. But he was talking about this a little bit earlier when he was talking about tires. Tires are a big reason that people screw up out there on their motorcycles. Hardwire was talking about that. So if you're riding bad tires or tires that are not rated for the speed that you ride, tire age and tire. A lot of people look at the tire and see tread on the tire and think they got a good tire. You got to look and see how old that tire is. You got to understand what the rating is, the speed rating. If you're driving a tire that is rated to carry, a certain weight, and you're riding your motorcycle, it's overweighted, overloaded, and then you got your big old fat wife on, you got your big old fat ass on, and all of this weight, and now you're riding outside, and it's 100 degrees outside, so it's 123 degrees on the road, and then you want to ride 95 miles an hour, overloaded down the road for 4 hours long, for 4 or 5 or 6 or 10 hours. And you wonder why you're rolling, and that tire says nope and just comes apart on you.
Yeah, I mean, proper tire care is mandatory, but then also the type of tire depends on the type of riding that you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
It depends because and then it is preference. I want to change my tire because I need a tire that sticks a little more. But then I'm also fine with my tire because on the highway it rides great. You got some tires that create a slight discomfort. You got some tires for some people that is just a tire. So tire is based off of preference and the type of riding that you do. in climate control, in the climate.
We got chain maintenance tools, or if you got a belt. I always carry a spare belt because I've got a funny motorcycle and it can take 2 or 3 weeks to get that belt. So I've always got a spare belt with me, and I do have stuff to maintain the belt drive system.
A belt. I remember those.
Yeah. Oh, you're back on a chain. You went to a chain.
I just said I just remember
I
those.
just
That's all.
panniers and luggage racks. Luggage racks are absolutely crucial if you're going to be on a motorcycle riding long distance. It's nice to be able to put a bag or something up on your luggage racks.
They're
Uh,
great. I used to think that those were the ugliest thing. Again, it's about coolness, right? So when I put a tour pack on my bike, I didn't have a luggage rack on my first bike. I didn't put that stuff on there. Okay, fast forward to my other bike, the bike that I got now. Before I put the King tour pack on there, I had a chopped pack on there. I liked, how it was just like that, but I needed more room. So I went to the King tour pack, but I didn't have the rack on there because I didn't want the rack. I went to Milwaukee, and all these guys, man, they got all their luggage. I got my luggage on my back seat and inside my King tour pack. And these guys got their luggage on their back seat, probably inside their bike, but then they got more luggage on their rack. And I needed that space. And I ended up putting that rack on there. A lot of guys tell me the bike looks sweet with the rack. And I said, no, that stuff looks ugly. It looks like an old man bike, but I got a black bike with a black rack, so it kind of flows. And that rack works wonderful. So that's a great
yeah,
thing
you
to
gotta have
have.
it.
It's a great thing to have, man, especially if you're using your bike to travel and you need space versus if you just ride locally.
Absolutely. Communication system is next. I don't have anything. I used to have a CB radio and stuff on the Goldwing. I don't have any external communication for bike to bike. I just normally talk from my phone, cell phone to cell phone. Where my bike is set up where I can talk on my cell phone, and I guess maybe that's what this is too. But I don't have a radio communication to other motorcycles. A lot of my brothers have that kind of stuff. Guys I know that ride, but I don't have anything like that. What about you?
I have that on my bike. I have a scene on my bike where I can communicate to other phones. But then if you also have the same type of head unit, then we can uh use it as a walkie-talkie and communicate with each other. However, I don't use it. Um One of the worst things is having a conversation, thinking that you're having a private conversation on your headset and you're talking about some stuff that you don't want anybody to hear, and the other person is hearing everything. So that's not a great feeling, man. To sit there, man, and have a conversation, a guy being a guy, and somebody else got the helmet on because you were talking back and forth, and you think when you hit the button, uh they're not connected. And these Bluetooths have it now where some of them they can actually hear the other person on the phone, not just on the two-way, communicating back and forth through like the intercom or whatever. But I don't really talk a lot when I'm on my bike riding, man. I do have it on. I will cut it on depending on who's calling or for what. Um, I don't try to communicate talking on the phone. I just don't want anybody to piss me off while I'm riding, man. And
Mm.
it throws my focus off and have me irritated and frustrated
Hmm.
while I'm riding. So I just personally choose not to really do a lot of talking while I'm riding. And to be honest with you, I don't barely have my music up when I'm riding on the highway either.
Right. I don't really have it all that loud myself. A lot of times, I just like to listen to the road.
I
Hear
do a
what,
lot of thinking. I do
yeah.
a lot of thinking when I'm riding. Every so often I cut the music going, I'll cut it off. But I do a lot of. It's more relaxing for me just to have a peace of mind and quietness. So I'm
Mhm.
not listening to. I'm not listening to the radio. I'm not talking on the phone. Because half the time you got to keep saying what?
Mhm.
Hold on, say it again. Can you
Mhm.
hear me? So
Yeah, I
I
like
don't I don't I don't want
the
to do that.
peacefulness of the road. I like to hear what my motorcycle's doing, hear how it's moving. I can just I'm different. I'm just in a I'm in just a zone when I'm riding, and I'm yeah, yes, there. Hey man, that's it. That's our
Oh man, we went through all 15 of them.
we went through all of them. Yes, sir.
Now I want to go back. I want to go back because I want to go back to a comment that I think I think that Hardwire said, if I'm not mistaken. I can't find it, but I know it's in there. He has spoke on, a lot of the people that's go across the country riding their motorcycles, being retired and having the funds. And I do want to say that it costs money to go out of town, and when you do see a lot of people that take these 2 week journeys and everything like that, a lot of them are retired and they're enjoying their retirement. They don't have no time frame, no timeline. They're just actually out enjoying that comment right there. So, but I don't want to take away from other people as well, by saying that just because they work they can't. But the people that are retired that got more free time, they're doing that as a relaxation, things that they always wanted to do. Not all, but a lot. And it's like, oh man, they're going out. But then at the same time, I know entrepreneurs that own their own company that goes out and do that stuff. And I only want to mention that because sometimes people they get so caught up in their feelings about, oh, what do you mean? I don't have to be retired. I can do that. And then you get other people that feel like you're taking a shot at them because they can't, because everybody's financial situation is totally different. And you
Yeah.
have guys that they're scooter bumming, going all over the world with no priorities. They don't have no care in the world. They're just going state to state, bumming it out. You do have people that plan these trips accordingly. Hey, I got 2 weeks off and I'm gonna go here and do this. But for the most part, man, I think it's a wonderful thing when I do see those retired people when they travel, when they plan and they go and they say, whenever I get back, we were supposed to be gone for 10 days and we ended up being gone for 15 days because we stayed here. That's a wonderful feeling as well. But I wanted to definitely touch on that because there are a lot of people out here, man, that cannot move that free, but it doesn't take away from them.
Right. Right. Agreed. Absolutely. For me, I'm retired, so I'm enjoying myself when I get on that motorcycle. I don't have to answer to anyone anymore, but I worked many years to get there. But anyway, hey man, that's our show for today. Uh, anything you want to say before we get up out of here?
Man, I just want everybody to be safe out there and take care. Tune back in to the show tomorrow. Make sure you follow, like, and subscribe to my social media channels, platform at Lavish T Williams as I continue to drop content throughout the week.
And if you need to get in touch with Lavish, it's info@lavishtwilliams.com. And if you want his Cash App or anything like that, is all Lavish T Williams. So make sure to get a hold of him there like that. He's also looking for t-shirt designer, graphic artist kind of person. And he's also looking for someone to make him some hooks for his channel. For me, tonight is bike night at the Dragon's Lair, 3393 Lawrenceville Highway, Tucker, Georgia, 30084, Building 2, down the hill behind the furniture store across the street from Public Storage. Come on down and hang out with us tonight, which is bike night. All right. Take care, brother.
All right.
And I'm Black Dragon. I want to say thank you all for tuning in. Make sure to go pick up my newest T-shirt, Black Dragon Biker TV Ride, Sleep, Repeat shirt. So go check those out on my website. I'm Black Dragon. That's my 2 cents. Love to hear your 2 cents in the comments section below. Thanks for tuning in. And absolutely, man, get skinny.
If you are seeking clarity about issues stemming from problems or crises occurring within your motorcycle club, then set up a consultation with Black Dragon. Black Dragon has over 30 years of experience in the motorcycle club world, having served as a national president of the 50-year-old Black Sabbath MC Nation for nearly 10 years. Black Dragon is a veteran negotiator, skilled in crisis management, conflict resolution, inter-club issues, press conferences, and club reputation management. You can set up an appointment to speak with him by phone at clarity.fm/black-dragon. Get the clarity you deserve to help make your MC the best place it can possibly be.
Hey there, I'm Black Dragon, and if you've been following me, you know that recently I've been attacked by several content creators and others who have spread salacious lies about me with quote-unquote paperwork and research and all kinds of other garbage that they have said was true. Many of these claims they made against me are easily refuted, and I'm actually pretty pissed off about it. I got 3 things to say: defamation of character, slander, and libel. And I'm absolutely going after those folks. Receipts are not a story somebody sends you with letterhead. That's not receipts. And if you reported things about me that are not true, I am suing your ass. So I'm asking you guys to help me out. These are my new t-shirts, my Out Bad No Trial line. Out Bad No Trial. You can get these at blackdragonsgear.com. These black ones here. And if you want other colors or something like that, you can go to my Teesprings account, and I will have the link in the description of this video. Hey, if you've been following me, and hundreds of thousands of you have been following me throughout these years, help me get some justice here. Buying this shirt contributes to my legal fund, where I'm going to go after some of these folks that have told these incredibly salacious lies on me. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for your support. Thanks for your prayers. Thank you for all of you who have continued to watch me. My numbers have continued to rise. People have seen through the smoke screen and the bullshit. And this happens to people. I tell people about it all the time. When you get put out bad at your club without a trial, you get put out bad by some BS. I've always said you got to fight it. Fight it, fight it. You got to fight for your name. And so now God has seen it important to allow me to go through this transition myself. And I believe he's done that so that I can show you guys you can still stand strong, and you can still be productive, you can still be part of the MC set. Those people that mess with you, they mess with you. No matter what, because they know what your character is. So God has put this on me, and I'm going to take it, and I'm going to thrive. BlackDragonsGear.com, and the link to Teesprings, if you want some different colors or whatever, will be in the description box below. Thank you all for all you've done. Capiche? Prepare yourself to take the helm as president of your mighty motorcycle club by delving into the pages of Black Dragon's newest book, The President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. There you will learn to advance your skills in applying the 14 scientific principles of leadership similar to those taught to officers in the United States Naval Service. Available in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. Get yours today on Amazon, Kindle, or order it at your local bookstore. Order your autographed copy from blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club president you can be. Get the book.
Get Black Dragon's first book, The Prospect's Bible, to learn how to join a motorcycle club. It has been an Amazon #1 bestseller for the past 7 years and is required reading for over 3,000 motorcycle clubs worldwide. This book is a must-have for new people venturing onto the motorcycle club set. It will teach you how to prepare yourself for service to the Motorcycle Club Nation and show you how to qualify a motorcycle club to be worthy of your service. Available on Amazon, Kindle, and for order at your local bookstore. Get your autographed copy at blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club prospect you can be. Get the book.
It's definitely a big issue for you too. But I'm going to talk about the 99s for a minute. What's up, Mama Roll? I'm going to talk about the 99s for a minute and what our responsibilities are and what we need to think about. Because if you don't really know what's going on the set, you can find yourself in kind of a precarious predicament if you make the wrong kind of moves or do the wrong kind of things when this kind of stuff goes on. So, when most percenters get into a war with one another, what should 99%ers do? Here's 10 things you should know. Thing number 1, stay in your lane. Find a corner and put your motorcycle club in it. If you're a president, you want to find a corner and put your motorcycle club in it. What I mean is, the second you volatile, it can be very dangerous. And when you have that kind of thing going on, this set's not safe. So, as a 99%er motorcycle club, what you want to find is yourself in your business, in your lane, while all of the fancy stuff gets handled on other levels.
Yeah, you heard that, didn't you? On other levels. Tried to tell you suckers, Black Dragon is the man. The Black Dragon is the man. A real OG. Bonafide, certified, a true MC. The Biker Boys. The Biker Boys. It's in the house, most definitely. Blow the whistle for Black Dragon, Biker TV. That's right, I said Biker TV. See, one day, young Dragon made his way out the Navy to become a prospect. Some people thought he was crazy, but 5 years later, hard work became a habit. Became the president of the mighty Black Savage Nation. MCs, y'all, respectfully. Black Dragon. Black Savage. MC. That's right, y'all. Give it a thumbs up. Black Dragon's Biker TV at its best. Oh yeah, and don't forget to get his prospect Bible book. So proud of him. Man, he just don't know. He's a real legend. And y'all know it, and I know it. That's right, Black Dragon. That's right. Glad I met you, my friend. Black Dragon. I'm the Midnight Ghost Rider. Dub V, y'all. Love you, Black Dragon. Peace. And get skinny. Like and share. Goodbye.